I never got butterflies today. Everyone kept asking me about the butterflies, but I didn't get any today. I don't know at what point during the season they'll happen, but they didn't happen today. And it wasn't that it was we were playing LeMoyne or anything like that. That's just it never hit me today at all.
Hey, Coach, talk about the idea to go extremely small with the starting lineup.
Yeah, we wanted to go small because we felt like we could be really fast. They had a small lineup as well, and we felt like that we could match up with our speed against their speed, and that's why we went small, and it worked for us.
Hey, Coach, I've seen you coach a lot of years, but you did a lot of coaching through every play. What's the difference in doing all this coaching this year than letting you guys play as you did in previous years?
Well, because it's new. In the past, I've had to work teams like that early, and then I'll start relaxing and allowing them to happen. But right now, we're still in the teaching phase as coaches, and we're using these exhibition games to get ready for Tennessee Tech. Hopefully, as the season goes on, everything will just fall into place, and I won't have to push as hard. But right now, we have to push because we're still in the teaching phase.
You had a lot of quick substitute over here, Penny.
Oh, sorry.
A lot of quick substitutions. You got guys in and out. Is that something along the lines of the experimentation during these exhibitions, or is this your game plan going into the regular season that you will get guys in and out very quickly because of the pace that you play?
Yeah, I think it's a little of both. It's kind of what we want to do because if you're playing hard, then you're going to want to come out of the games. And we want fresh bodies in there to put pressure on other teams, to try to speed them up. And, that's really how we want to play. And then the other side of it is, just seeing a lot of matchups out there. But the main thing was to get fresh bodies so that we can continue to pressure.
Coach Penny, quick question. Are we still experimenting with the starting lineups?
Right now we are. That's where we are right now. We got a lot of guys injured, or a few guys injured, and, we'll see right now. It looked pretty well today, so and then the guys that came off the bench, Kareem Bruden almost had a triple-double off the bench. If you get that type of energy coming off the bench, then you're doing something. You're doing something right. And Kareem, he played fantastic. And Rainier Thornton came off the bench as well and played well. We just got to get Antoine Jones going. But I like what I saw today.
Of all the stats, how important do you stress shooting 75% from the free throw line?
I didn't really stress shooting 75% from the free throw line. I stressed moving the ball. And my most proud stat was 32 assists. That's really distributing and sharing the ball, and that's something that we want to continue to do.
Along those lines, just in general, how much did this look like what you want a Penny Hardaway Memphis basketball team to look like? Was it close?
It was close. It was close tonight on how I really want to be. 120 points, I love that part, but we fouled too much, and we turned the ball over like 15 times. So unforced turnovers and fouling, if we can, get that down, I think we're going to give ourselves a great chance to beat some good teams.
Coach, it seemed like around the 9-minute mark or so was when all of the kinks were worked out and it was just on to the finish line from there. What did you see as far as some of the kinks that had to be worked out?
Well, we knew initially that it wasn't going to be perfect. And we knew early that it was going to be some bumps and bruises. And then as the game went on, that the kids would kind of calm down and figure things out because we're well prepared for any game right now. And that's what happened. They kind of got settled into their own little games. And it worked out for us. And right around, like you said, the 9-minute mark, everything started working out better for us because we kind of calmed down and started seeing who was who. We were really focusing in on Jerry Hurt, who was their leading scorer. And some other guys started getting off, but we really kept Jerry under control, and that's what we really went into the game to do.
Do you think that it'll take halfway through the first half in most games to get it going?
I hope not.
Some momentum y'all can
I hope it doesn't take halfway through the first half. You want to go in with a game plan, and you're going to have to adjust some games, but you want it to start right away. You don't want to have to wait until 9 minutes in because you could be down a lot by then with certain teams.
Coach, you've been the coach of this program for 218 days now. You're 3 seconds into your first game, and there's a 10-minute delay because the clock won't work. At that point, are you kind of just like, oh, come on, let's
Exactly.
go do this
Exactly. I was like, man, what are we doing now? Let's get to the game. We waited, like you said, 218 days for this game, and then it stalled out. But, just anxious and ready to go, and I'm sure the guys were as well.
Coach, I asked your players this earlier, but how does the support from the Tiger fan base impact you personally and your players?
Oh, it's huge because we have the best fans in the world. They're very passionate about the game and understand the game, and that's where all of us get our energy from. We get it from the crowd. So, you know, when they started making those threes and getting those steals, the fans got into the game, and we want to give the fans an experience so that they continue to yell and scream and do things for us so that we can keep the energy that we want to have.
Anybody in particular has kind of surprised you today?
No, nobody surprised me today. I mean, everybody did what we've seen them do in practice. I think a lot of the guys surprised the crowd, but we know what guys are capable of, and we have to get better. But I was still proud of the guys and how they played today.
Coach, you had 27 steals, forced turnovers, 9 block shots. What impressed you most about your defense today, and how better can it get?
Well, we communicated better, more than we have, in practice the last couple of weeks, and we've been harping on that for a lot. But I was very proud of that because, in the second half, I think we took like 4 or 5 charges, and we challenged them on that because we have to be able to do that. So, it's getting close. I'll say it's 60% of where we want to be with 100% because we still got to do some things communication-wise and take more charges and get more deflections, but we're pushing in the right direction.
2 things, Penny. First, what do you think about Isiah Maurice? Obviously, you're thin up front, and he looked like he had a nice effort. And then, secondly, you didn't sit down the whole game. You kind of leaned a few times. Is that typical? You don't sit like
that is very typical. That's very typical. First, Isiah Maurice, I was really proud of him because he's been trying to find his way. With a guard-heavy team, where the guards are so aggressive and there's scorers mentality, he kind of gets lost in the shuffle every now and then. And tonight, we made sure that we got him the ball, and he delivered. So I'm sure he earned a lot of respect from his teammates, and he'll be continuing to get the ball as long as he makes sound decisions and make aggressive moves down there. But me, I'm not going to sit down. That's my thinking pose, just standing up the entire time, just kind of figuring things out.
Coach, over here. Can you talk a little bit about Tyler and the impact he has on the defensive end, picking up guys full court?
Yeah, Tyler, we're challenging him on matching his defense to his offensive level. We all know he's a high-level offensive player. We want him to be a high-level defensive player as well, and he's taking on the challenge of doing so. So, he's been picking up 94 feet, and his energy was good tonight on the ball.
May get lost back here. Hey.
Okay.
It may get lost in the shuffle, but Kievan really came out in the second half and I think he was 4 for 4 from beyond the arc. That's a part of his game he's talked about working on this summer. I mean, how good was that for you to see?
Yeah, we were really happy to see that. But I told Kievan to be more aggressive in the second half, and we made sure guys, put him in situations where he could get those step-back threes and those pick and pops, and he knocked them down and got hot. And I was very happy to see that because we needed that for his confidence. We're going to need that all season.
Penny, how much interaction was there with you and your coaching staff? You guys are all new coming together. How did that work tonight, and did you feel good about it?
Yeah, we had a lot of communication. We were talking a lot because we know what we want to look for as a staff, and we're not, it's not, we're going to talk the entire game. We're going to ask questions about certain things. We're looking for certain things, and when we see it, we'll, comment on it and speak about it. But it was really good. The communication was really good with the coaches all night.
Is it important to you to play exhibition games against teams in the city of Memphis?
Yeah, it is very important. Not because I feel like we can beat the teams here, but just, to give the fans, here an opportunity to see us play hometown teams. The tradition of that has been going back as far as when I played, and I wanted to bring that back instead of playing scrimmages. And then I want to get into a game atmosphere against the teams here as well.
Penny, I saw you react a couple times when guys made a mistake or two, but you didn't pull anybody right away or just go off on a guy. What's just kind of your philosophy on, how much rope you give guys in general going forward?
Yeah, we come in with a game plan, and we want to see who's focused enough to stick with the game plan, and guys are going to make mistakes. So I try to pride myself on not taking guys out for mistakes because I want to let them play through it. I really try to, bring guys out when they're fatigued. But if something continues to happen, we'll pull them out to talk to them, not to to punish them, to talk to them, and then get them back in there so we can keep their minds on what we need to keep them on.
Coach, you coached Alex Lomax last year, and so what improvements in his game have you seen from last year up until this point?
Well, Alex, from the previous years, has become more of a student of the game. Even though I've been coaching him and trying to get it in his head as a young kid, he really didn't want to hear it. So it was only so much he was listening to me on, and now coming to this level, he understands that he has to do that if he's going to be a high-level point guard. on this team, and he's starting to study film, which he never really wanted to do on his own. Studying film and looking at his craft on film so he could be a better point guard on the floor.
Coach, Rainier Thornton seemed to figure it out toward the end of last year, and it looked like tonight, I mean, he's a guy that can do a lot of things. What kind of role do you foresee for him? What do you want from Rainier?
Honestly, we want Ray to be our Draymond Green. We really want him to be a multi-purpose dribble penetration guy, knocking down threes, defend 1 through 4, sometimes 5s, double off the 4-man and get back to his man. We're asking a lot out of Ray. You know, we need him to be that Draymond Green type player for us.
Penny, you said you didn't have butterflies, but how much fun was this tonight, just this first game?
It was lots of fun. I know, we can all go and watch the film and nitpick little things, but it was actually fun watching us score 120 points and have 32 assists. I'm not an offensive-minded guy, only offense. I'm more defensive-minded than anything, but to see 32 assists and 120 points is still impressive. Thank you.